Journey to the self. Self means I am, I already know who am I. Every day I get upset 5 to 10 times. Whatever I like, I get pleasure. Then I had a good or disturbed sleep. And that is what is going on for the last many years. We have been repeating the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result. Wow. We are expecting a different result. Have you heard about the ostrich? When the ostrich is in danger, ostrich puts his neck inside the ground because he doesn't see the enemies, so he'll be saved. that is our that is the journey of our life. I don't want to talk to you. Enough is enough. Keep calm. And after a few days, we do the same thing. How many times you all have done? Or sometimes we withdraw ourselves. We do not even say this. We withdraw ourselves. We boil inside, but outside we are such a calm, good, goody. So that shows, that indicates that we are unaware that who we are. We have been seeking peace and happiness in our life all the time, in all locations, with everyone, at all time, but not possible. We have tried all the means where you cannot find peace and happiness. So you have not tried all the means. We normally say, oh, no, I have tried all the ways possible to patch up with so and so, but not possible. I'm tired now. Whose fault is it? It is your fault. It is our own mind. It is our own mind. Do you realize, and we all have experiences when the mind is disturbed, we say, I have lot of thoughts, my mind is wandering, it is distracted. Have you ever thought why it is distracted and wandering? Unwanted, uninvited thoughts, feeling, impressions, memories return to the mind and they repeat itself. That is what is known as wandering mind. I don't want a wandering mind, but still the mind is wandering. So it means unwanted, unwelcome thought enters into the mind. Am I clear? Say yes, even if you do not. So that is the track number 1 of the mind. What is track number 2? I'm talking to you. I'm guiding you. So this is also in the form of a thought. So we are not able to focus, pay our attention continuously on the instructions, on the teaching. Why? Because of the track number 1. Am I right? I'm making the things very simple. We do not know when the unwanted, unwelcome thoughts, crazy thoughts will enter into the mind. We do not know. When I will be upset, when I will be angry, when I will be agitated, I don't know. We don't plan to get agitated. We don't plan to get stress in our life. Track number 2, demands attention and awareness and understanding, because teacher is teaching from the teachings of our masters. So when that knowledge is realized by the intellect, descends into the mind, becomes the track number 3. Still, it is in the mind. What is the track number 3? Oh, I feel so good. No, my mind is still distracted. I did not experience the peace. So, what happened? Track number 1 overpowered track number 2. Simple. And track number 2 is realized by the intellect in terms of the knowledge, followed by the practice, results into an experience. Is the track number 3, I feel very calm. Are you all calm now? Okay. You're not upset with me? Thank you. Yeah. That's good. So let us watch, observe, and observe these 3 tracks in a practice. And then we will talk further. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Find out the most comfortable position of your body. You close your eyes gently. You see, you are following the track number 2. You're not worried about what will be the outcome. You just pay attention, you understand, you realize. So, being comfortable. So, in being comfortable, we say we check the position of the body first, then eyes are closed gently. So, gently, you do not squeeze the eyes so that you feel discomfort. That is the second part, and that results into track number 3. Mind says, no, I experience comfort, it's okay. But how long? Why I said how long? Because the track number 1 will disturb you. Why that will disturb you? We will talk later. So that is, now see that whatever the thoughts that are coming at this time is the track number 1. Influx of the thoughts is track number 1. Without your permission they enter. So what you should do, you leave the track number 1. How you leave it? By knowing it. What you know, the thoughts are coming and going, let it come and go. By knowing, oh, thoughts are coming and going and staying. Okay, let it come and go and stay. So where your attention is, your attention and awareness is on the instructions. That is the track number. Simple way. I'm saying you in a simple way. As you see, there are 3 or 4 lanes highway. You know which lane, which car is running. You have separated it. So track number 2 is the instruction, converts into a knowledge and understanding in the field of awareness and attention, and you know it. So what is the track number 3? Track number 3 is your experience of comfort and carefree. Very good. See that? I told you, track number one, unwanted, unwelcome, uninvited thoughts. Track number two, instructions in the form of a knowledge. Track number three is the change after applying the instructions. If the knowledge is digested, assimilated in the intellect 100%, result is 100%. Now we will apply this in our, let us see what to apply. So I will chant the mantra and you repeat it 3 times in your mind. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. This is also a thought. Track number 2. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Let everyone be happy. But that is not enough. We should have a meaning. That is the meaning. We should have a right knowledge. Why we say let everyone be happy? Because happiness is our essential nature. Or I would say because happiness is sought by all living species, all the living beings in the world. Oh, that is why also I am seeking? Yes, I am also seeking. But why I am seeking? Because it is my essential nature. What does it mean by essential nature? You are understanding, you are putting the knowledge and understanding into the intellect, realized by the mind, and that changes that what happens, it overpowers the track number 1. Why it is in my essential nature? I am seeking peace. I am seeking this happiness all the time, in all locations, with everyone. That knowledge should be centered in the intellect. It changes the mind. Now the second line of the mantra, Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Santu Niramaya. One more time. Sarve Santu Niramaya. You see, 3 lanes are there. Track number 1, 2, and 3. They are separate. The way it is on the highways. And you are not worried about the track number 1, what thoughts are coming and going. Just you are totally carefree. Track number 2, you are totally attentive. And you are also not worried about the track number 3. The result will be there based on the track number 2. So the meaning of Sarve Santu Niramaya, let everyone be healthy, or let everyone be in the state of well-being. That is the meaning. But what is the knowledge? From the mosquito, even the COVID virus is seeking the well-being by entering into the human body. That is why they multiply. We die due to the COVID virus, that is different thing. But the very essence of every living being is to move towards the state of well-being. The track number 1 opposes it. It dictates its own term, and then we have an anxiety and duality and a conflict and etc., 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 etc. So, sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. One more time. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. What it meaning? Meaning is let everyone be blessed. Grace and the blessing should fall upon each and every being. I am selfish. I only want well being for blessing from myself. That is coming from the track number one. Understand it clearly. So why we are seeking the blessing and the for everyone? No, because I want to change the mind. I want to change the track of the mind from 1 to 3. That is why I am seeking the blessing. Let there be a blessing. No, you should also be blessed. I should also be blessed means what? We all are blessed. So when we all are blessed, then what happens? I don't have anything, any reaction against you. You don't have any reaction against me. That is the goal. Ma kaschid dukh bhag bhaved. Fourth line. Ma kaschid dukh bhag bhaved. Ma kaschid dukh bhag bhaved. Okay? That means let there be a freedom from the suffering and the miseries in the world, in all the living species. Because the track number one keeps these impressions of suffering, of miseries, of the dualities, etc., etc. We don't want to keep that memory. That is the part of the knowledge. Let everyone be freedom from, there be a freedom from suffering. Freedom. I'm independent. What is that freedom? It is emotional freedom. It is mental freedom. It is freedom from the grief and the suffering and anxiety and duality and a conflict, etc., etc. You see, the moment the knowledge is settled in the intellect, it is a conscious process. What happens to the mind changes. The mind says, oh, that appears good, and you have a new experience of calmness and relaxation. Now, looking inside the cave of your heart, in the space, and mentally sing Shantu. When you are singing Shantu, as if you are pushing the mind inside the heart, in the space. And hum means I am. Shantu means peace, I am the peace. And then keep looking the emptiness or the space or blankness. Couple of times, do it. Shantu hum. Shantu. Shantu means as if you are pushing the mind by singing Shantu hum. Sanskrit word, one word means I am the peace. We are not saying I am in peace. What we are saying, I am Peace. Why peace is our essential nature? If I say I am in peace, it means peace is different from me. And if I am the peace, then it is possible to have 24 hours. Very simple practice. The simpler the practice and higher it is. When it becomes higher, because I am approaching the practice consciously. Peace, image of the peace, our master says, image of the peace is infinite space. So that is why I said when you say Shanto Hum, then let the mind keep looking into the infinite, into the space, or you can say blankness, or you can say emptiness. But if you succeed in looking at it, so what happens? It simply means what it means. It simply means the mind is moving inside and looking inside. After all, inside only there is only one, that is you. So there is only one, so there is no conflict. The result is calmness. You are free even from the breath. Let the breath flow on its own. No change in the direction of the breath. The real self reveals itself when the track number one melts, or I can say merges, or disappears. That is the case. But can you directly crush the track number one? No. Directly means suppression, reaction, hesitation. So understand, meditation journey is very soft and gentle. Shantuham. I am the peace. Now, when you are pushing the mind by singing Shantu inside the heart, do it. You say hum, and after that, do nothing. So, do nothing after one Shantu hum. What it means? You want to check. You want to check if the track number one returns with a force. That means I have lot of thoughts. It does not return. You are there. And that brings calmness and the peace and the poise and the relaxation, etc., etc. But again, when the mind, the moment you experience the track number one, you're not fighting with it. You simply move, you're moving on the track number three. Shantu hum. And then you finish it. You stay there in that state. I believe you all are understanding what I am trying to convey, which is impossible to convey. We are already in the state of doing nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences and bring the hands down. How are you, Sophie?
Very calm.
Good.
Thank you. When we dropped Shanto home,
Yeah.
I felt my arms were relaxing completely.
It happens.
But then there was like this little apprehension. But I could really feel my breath, and they were not there was no thought.
No thought. You see that? Yes, we will talk about it. Wait for a minute. Let me share the experiences. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish. Well,
Well,
I
I
try
try
to
to
suppress
suppress
thoughts and
thoughts and
all of
all of
that,
that,
but I'm
but I'm
next to
next
a
to a
window
window
and I'm
and I'm
hearing all
hearing all
this
this
commotion
commotion
across
across
the
the
street
street
at the
at the
fire
fire
station.
station.
This fire station is not going to leave you.
No,
No,
but
but
other
other
than
than
that,
that,
okay.
okay.
Other than, did you recognize that we need, that is why the track number 2 is there, knowledge and understanding.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I explain that there are 3 lanes, the track number 1, 2, and 3 are independent.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this noise of the fire station is track number 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why you mixed up with the track number 2 and 3?
I
I
don't have
don't
an
have an
answer
answer
for
for
that.
that.
We are going to understand that.
Okay.
We are going to understand that is very clear. How are you, Anne?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
I
I
feel
feel
good.
good.
I
I
feel
feel
the
the
inner
inner
stillness,
stillness,
which
which
is
is
Very good.
very
very
freeing.
freeing.
Very good. That is very good. Now, understanding is required. So, what is that understanding? That we experience that sense of calmness in the stillness that does not last for long. Why it does not last for long? We are not able to separate these 3 tracks. I don't see. I am not aware of these 3 tracks are independent and separate. That is the simple answer because that track number 1 overpowers my understanding. Track number 1, unwanted, unwelcome thoughts, overpowers my understanding. And when it overpowers my understanding, then whatever the track number 1 thought says, you feel that. What the track number oh, crazy fire station guys, what it has to do with the craziness of them, they are doing their work. Look at it. This is understanding. So you move to the track number 2. So now you keep that understanding. Even if there is a noise, you are unaffected. Even if the Sophie speaks, you are unaffected. No, I'm just joking, making you understand. So understanding is very important. That is what the teacher does in Eastern wisdom. So another answer to the question that why I feel after the practice, I feel the calmness, but that calmness does not stay for long. So first answer is the track number 1, overpowers. That is why we do not remain in the state of calmness and peace and the joy. Trillions of impressions are there in the track number 1. How come the trillions of impressions are there? The mind has an ability to capture everything that is happening around it, whether you pay attention or you do not pay attention. You have already captured, your mind has already captured the images of my beard, my glasses, and my whatever it is, the picture, the background, and everything. Everything it has captures. So that goes into the background. Understand in a little different way. One is that I am aware of the thoughts of duality, of conflict and hesitation. And second layer is that I'm not aware they are still present. Who is responsible? I'm responsible for it. So I have to do something to the mind. How to do it? So first we understand by track number 2 in the mind. And then only we can reach to the track number 3. Mead is thinking, she might be thinking that we are still in meditation. If you are listening to me, you can come out. So track number 2 is the simple instructions by a teacher of the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. You'll be surprised whether there is so-called, you can say, the enlightened master or Buddha or Krishna or thousands of the masters, they teach the same thing. They cannot get out of these principles of Eastern wisdom. How do you feel, Anne? Mead? I disturb you, you know?
I didn't know that it was time to get up.
Yes, you were totally absorbed. Yeah. So that is really good. You know, one kind of absorption that you are absorbed into the peace and calmness, and other absorption, what the John was saying. So two kinds of absorption. So now come to the track number 2. The track number 2 is the or you can say the knowledge. Knowledge, understanding. Otherwise, what happens? We feel and experience as if the track number 1. Now you're clear about the track number 1, 2, 3. So otherwise we feel the only there is one track, and that is number 1. I don't see the 3 lanes. They are independent, they are separate, they are independent.
Can you say what they are once more?
Track number 1 is all about unwelcome, uninvited thoughts, images, feeling that we become conscious of, and also the deeper layer of which we are not conscious of. That contains all the feelings and the duality and the anxiety and all the stress and the suffering because of the wrong notion. Track number 2 is the instruction the teacher gives. What is that instruction? Is the knowledge. Whether it is Buddha, Buddha gives you the same knowledge. In a different way, expression is different. Explanation is different. Principles are the same. And what is the track number 3? Track number 3 is the result of that knowledge, of the practice, experience of the calmness. So when we are not able to see them independently, separate from each other, one another, then what happens? The track number 1 says, I am the king. I am the kingmaker. What is the kingmaker? Stress, suffering all the time, crying, blaming, complaining, reacting. In anger, you never think of the calmness. You see that is overpowered. Calmness is there. You become angry, for example, just now, you cannot remain angry for 24 hours. Is it possible? Show me. So it means that track number 1 is temporary. What is permanent? That returns naturally. I'm not able to separate it. Can you do it physically? No. You have to do it with an understanding. You have to do in your head. You have to do in your mind. The moment you are separating it, you are already far away from the track number one. But who does this separation, the knowledge and understanding? That is known as the power of discernment, viveka, understanding. Now, how that separation is felt? It is they're already separate, but how the separation is depends on how much you listen to the gossip of a teacher, or you listen to the gossip of track number one. Choice is yours. No, I don't have time. I have a lot of stress. How can I practice meditation? How can I listen? That is the right time to listen. Do you see the track number one is overpowering you? See that? That is the subtler understanding these masters had. When I study and contemplate and reflect, and I see these masters were extraordinary intelligent. So, to get rid of the track number one, how much you listen to the teacher? 1 hour a week is okay. So even then I send you the files so that you can listen to it. You pay more attention of understanding what this principle is saying. So when you try to understand, you start thinking yourself. When you start thinking, your mind starts thinking. It is a conscious approach. Can you think while sleeping? It's a conscious thinking. See the subtler areas of understanding. So the moment you listen to it and you start conscious, you start thinking. It is a conscious process. It is conscious. So when it is conscious, then what? That is what the contemplation is and reflection is. So the moment you enter into the state of the contemplation and reflection, peace, calmness must be the outcome. There is no other way. Track number 3. That is must. It is mandatory. It is essential. Why it is essential? You have already separated all the 3 tracks. See that? I'm making it. So another reason that we should understand now, understand in a different way. Track number 1 has a tremendous pressure on our life, on our personal, professional, physical, family lives. We have already created millions of impressions, unwanted impressions about people, about places, about events, about locations, about our hunt. That is track number 1. It has a tremendous pressure. So how to dissolve that pressure? By increasing the resources of track number 2 and 3. That is the only way. That is the only way. You cannot crush, you cannot control, you cannot, the more you control the mind, suppression results. We're not talking of suppression. We're not talking of killing the mind. Not possible. You simply change the track. When you change the track to 2 and 3, you are weakening the track number 1. You are increasing the resources of the track number 2 and 3. And you will get the result. Don't tell me, but think about it. How much time, or I would say how many hours every day we waste in track number 1. Unnecessary, unwanted thinking. I'm not saying you tell me how many hours, but I'm just saying you that keep in your mind and think of it. I'm wasting my time. What will happen tomorrow? Nothing is going to happen tomorrow, and whatever it has to happen, it will happen. And otherwise, I keep on thinking about the past memories. So the past gives you the regret, future gives you the worries, present you compare with people, event, and things. You have lost your life. We have lost our life. I'm asking another question. Are you really intelligent? Yes. So once you know the past is a regret, present you waste in comparison, future you waste in worries, are you really intelligent? So the track number 2 gives you the vision of your life that no, I have not to waste my life. I have to move forward. I have to change it. And that is where the journey of the self-discovery begins. Track number 1 says the world outside is responsible for all my problems. John has already explained that fire station is the problem, not the track number 1. We'll do something together, to get rid of this. So now see that you understand the 3 lanes or the 3 tracks, and the moment the mind says the world is responsible for my suffering, you switch to the lane number 2 or the track number 2. It demands only an understanding. No practice is required. You need only an awareness to switch on and switch off. No, I'm not able to do it. Pressure is more. I have already given a solution. I've already given a solution to you. Track number 2 and 3 should be introduced more and more into the mind. So it means you are listening. World is the cause of this suffering. No. Mind says, let me go to the track number 2 first. Then I will discuss whether the world is suffering or not. The moment you have that power of discernment, you are able to separate, that track number 1 comes down. It weakens. Track number 3 gives you a new level of awareness, a new experience, and that new experience results into a change. Whether you say there may be a little change of emotional freedom, or we get not only the vision, but we get the power. Oh, I can change myself. It is so easy. But unless the track number 2 and the 3 are followed again and again and repeated again and again, then we understand. The last point is also important. Everything is important. Where is the problem? Problem is in the mind. Where should I put the solution? It has to be in the mind. That is what we did by track number 1, 2, and 3. They both live in the mind. Sometimes we put all this stuff in the garage and it becomes dirty. We never clean it. That is the track number 1. It is the same home. It is the same home. One problem cannot solve the other problem. So if we continue to live in the track number 1, no problems can ever be solved. I have to put a solution from the track number 2 and the 3. Is it not possible? It is 100% possible. But the track number 1 says it is impossible. It will continue to say. What is the solution? I have already told you. Track number 2 and the 3. We will talk about it. Track number 1 is given a beautiful name, is the prayers. Track number 2 is given a name, Shreyas. Track number 3 is given a name, Awakening. So if the prayers has more pressure than the resources that we accumulate, we earn by the track number 2 and 3, nothing can change in my life. Do not start thinking that track number 1, 2, 3 are living in a heaven. No, it is living in you, in your mind. Simultaneously. John, you might have experienced while listening to me sometime, you don't even hear the noise of the fire station, even if it is going on. Because your awareness and level of your awareness and attention has increased the resources of the tracker numbers 2 and 3. That is the beauty of the journey of the Eastern wisdom. We will understand that. Think of that. Who succeeds in the program? I have already told you who succeeds in the program. What should I do? I should become a qualified seeker. How should I become a qualified seeker? By moving again and again to the track number 2 and the 3. That will increase the resources. My level of awareness, my level of understanding. So what happens? The track number 3 returns to the track number 1. Last point. What it says? Calm down. Problem is there, I'll find a solution. That is all. Thank you. Thank you, my friends.